Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Powell. I just wanted to drop in and share with you what a great start we've had to the beginning of our school year. We have a great group of sixth grade students. I'm really enjoying working with all of them. And so I thought I should share with you a little bit of what we've been up to. So we started the year by reading a book called The Best Part of Me. It's a book written by kids and it was published. So we replicated what they have written into our own project that we called This Is Us. And so the kids were able to do a digital project that was not only a good exercise in tech skills with the Chromebooks, but also self-esteem and a confidence booster exercise. And so we were really able to get to know each other based on what they selected was the best part of them. Maybe it was their heart because they're kind and caring, or it's their hands because they love to play basketball, or maybe it's their feet because they play soccer and they can dribble the ball and move down the field really fast. So whatever the reason, we are all unique and special. And so the kids were able to share something that they thought was the best part of themselves. So I'll share with that project with you. Also, I'll give you a little insight into a routine and some things that you can expect weekly from language arts, some ways that you can help your students out from home. And then also talking about what to do in case your students are absent. Hopefully they only have to be absent if they're sick or injured or if there's a family emergency. But in the event that something comes up and they can't be at school, just a couple of reminders on what to do. So take a look at this project that we created. And it's hanging in the hallway. I know that we can't have visitors come see the work that we have displayed, but the kids see it every day, and it's a really nice, welcoming area to our classroom. So I wanted you guys to check it out. So just a little sneak peek of what that project is all about and what it looks like in our hallway. We're not quite done with that project yet. We're going to take that and turn it into a book that your kids can order and have a book that's printed and mailed to you. And it includes all of the stories from the students in their class. So first hour, second hour, third hour, they'll all have separate books that students can purchase if they want. So we're working on becoming published authors, working on having an audience beyond the people in our classroom, because that's what writing is all about. We're always going to try to share what we do with a bigger audience. So stay tuned for more information on that. It's hard to believe that we are halfway through quarter one, and that means conferences are coming up. So stay tuned from Mackinac Trail about information about conferences this year and what that will look like. That means we're getting close to report card time as well. So now that we're halfway through, I'd like to show you a routine that you can expect from language arts every week. And it's a great way that you can stay in tune with what's going on in our classroom, what are we working on and studying, and how you can help your kids from home. So take a look. We have weekly skills that we work on that are a spiral review of things that kids have learned in the past, but we're always building on the complexity of those things. So we work really hard to expand vocabulary. Often on Mondays and Wednesdays, we have a lot of word work. And then we take that knowledge and we apply it to what we're working on in our reading and writing units. So for example, we are currently working on writing our first personal narrative. We've learned that personal narratives are written in first person point of view. So we're working on distinguishing the difference between first, second, and third person. We're learning a little bit about that. And also really working to expand our vocabulary so that we can use bigger, more interesting words in our reading and in our writing and daily conversations. So we will always work on figuring out what words mean, looking up the definitions in dictionaries, whether it's in the book format or online. We like to use iPads for a quick way to look things up on dictionary.com. And so I'll start sending out vocabulary lists for the week. And a great way for you to help your students study is just to take a look at that vocabulary list. Ask them if they know what each word means. If not, work on it together. Use it in sentences and try to use the vocabulary in your daily conversations at home. And then also, can they distinguish whether these words or pairs of words are synonyms or antonyms? So they have to know a couple things. They have to know what a synonym is, what an antonym is, and then be able to compare them based on the word meanings. So that's a great way you can help your students practice Monday through Thursday on the weekly vocabulary. I'll make sure that I shoot that out in an email or text message to your phone, and students have a paper copy as well, so they can bring that home and study their vocabulary throughout the week. That will be a huge help for their independent check on Friday. Tuesday, we study different types of nonfiction texts, and we work on understanding that there are 5 different types of nonfiction text structures. And so we'll work on nonfiction comprehension and determining what type of text structure we're working with. Again, Wednesday is all about word work, so we'll work on correct spelling. Students can use dictionaries and iPads to look up correct spellings. I don't think it's important to memorize how everything is spelled, but if we don't know, we have to be resourceful enough to look it up. And so we'll always encourage kids to find correct spellings by using their tools and resources. And so we'll have some spelling words, just a few every week. And then Thursday is all about grammar that they have maybe been in, not maybe, most definitely have been introduced to in a prior grade. And so we will throw back to some grammar skills that they have learned in the past, making sure we don't forget important things that we've learned. Figurative Friday is all about poetry. So we'll explore famous and classic poems written by famous poets, and we'll discover all types of figurative language and understand things like personification, idioms, similes, metaphors, analyzing, and just really digging into short poems that are fun to explore every Friday. And so with that being said, this is a practice sheet that your student will come home with every Thursday, and they can use it as a study guide. So that on Friday, when we do our independent skills check, they can apply these skills that we've worked on throughout the week independently on Friday, and then that's the one that's graded. So any little bit of help that you can give them with those vocabulary words throughout the week, and then studying on Thursday night is a really big help. So you can look for those. In the event that we have a holiday or something happened and our week was short and we don't have a study guide to use on Thursday nights, meaning no independent check on Friday, then I will send a message out and let you know that that's not happening. Otherwise, you can plan that Thursdays should be a routine that kids should get into, work with their families, doing a quick quiz, and studying from home to make sure they're prepared for Friday. And then with that information, I guess it leads us to absences. And if kids are absent this year, they need to check Schoology. So hopefully they're in class as much as we can, but we know that things come up like illnesses, injuries, family emergencies. So in that case, if a student is gone, they should be checking out cadillacschools.schoology.com, and all of their classes will be listed on their account. And so mine looks a little different from the teacher side. I have all the different classes that I teach, but kids will see their first hour, their second hour, third hour, and all their different classes on there. And that's where they can complete their work. So if they're not sure, they should be emailing their teachers and asking questions. But once they log into their class, they should be looking for the folder that has the week that they were absent, maybe. And then inside that weekly folder, they will find the days of the week, and they can find the day they were gone. So if a student was absent on Wednesday, they're going to click on Wednesday and they should complete all the items inside. So check Parent Portal, check those grades, stay on top of everything. Kids have lots of opportunities to complete work at school if they've missed anything. We have library time in the morning, 7 to 7:30. They can always do a working lunch. They can make arrangements for after school if they have transportation figured out ahead of time, and that's been communicated with both the parents and myself or a different teacher. And then Fridays during our library time, they also have a little bit of time to catch up on some missing work. So check out all of those grades and everything being stored on Parent Portal, and ask your kids what's going on at school, and make sure they're keeping you in the loop. I hope you guys have a great weekend, Thanks for sharing your children with me. We're having a great time so far, and we'll see you later. Tomorrow is late start.